Look what I'm coming across. It's just everything is rubbed. Just rubs after rubs. These trees are just destroyed around here.
Hello and welcome to Roaming Frontiers. Today we're exploring a small section of public land. It's a hilltop that I suspect holds a lot of deer because it's very thick based on the maps. And off of that hilltop there are two spurs coming off and leading into a lake bottom. So come along with me, let's explore it together and see what we can find. So I'm still walking through the valley toward the hilltop, but I'm already seeing some action here. It's a small rub, nothing to write home about, but the diameter of the tree is a little bit larger than typical rubs that you see in the forest. So that tells me maybe it's possible that it was a bigger buck that did it. There's also another rub right here, even older than the previous one. And then there's a trail that's going that way. And it's going right where I need to go as well. It's going toward the hilltop. So that's a first sign that, hey, I might be right and I might be onto something. So let's go see what's going on up there. I made it to the bottom of the hill that I'm planning on climbing on and checking for bedding, and I'm already coming across some pretty high, pretty fresh rubs. This one right here is right in front of this stream, and if you cross the stream, I can see it maybe 20 yards from now. There's another one just like it up there, so there's clear rub line going that way. The hill bottom is right behind me. That's where that spur starts going up the hill, and then this way is like a small little valley, maybe 50 yards that way. I know I'm on the right track. I know there's some big deer in the area. So I'm going to go up that hill and I'm going to look for some beds. And then once I find the beds, I'm going to follow those trails that leads to those beds. I'm going to follow them out from the thicket and I'm going to find a setup. I'm at the hilltop now, and instead of a bedding area, I find a well-used road and a trail cam behind me. So that tells me that this area is being well used, well monitored, and there's probably not that much deer activity happening here during daylight. So I'm going to go back down to the valley where I saw the rub line. I'm going to follow that rub line to a different hilltop, and hopefully I'll find some beds over there because this buck is not going to be bedding next to this road and next to this trail cam. He may be walking here, but it's going to be at 3 o'clock in the morning.
So I'm back in this valley, working toward that hilltop. Hopefully, maybe there's some bedding up there, but look what I'm coming across. It's just everything is rubbed. Just rubs after rubs. These trees are just destroyed around here. Look at this. Look at these trees. Different age for the rubs. It tells me that many deer have come through here. It's very open and flat. This area probably floods during pretty large rains. Check this out. This one is still fresh and bleeding. Got some tine marks all the way up here. That's my chest. Right here, that's about 4.5 feet. And you got lots of rubs here. There we go. There's another one. Right here, these old tine marks. Also very high tine marks. Another rub. And you got a scrape here as well. Yeah. Look at this. That is my chin. Look at that one. Look at this. Okay, so I'm in the valley. I came from that hilltop over there. That's where the trail cam was, and that's where I saw the rubs leading to. Now I came down here, and there are rubs everywhere here. And it looks like they start from there, kind of maybe a hilltop area, and then they work their way down here, and they walk behind me, and behind me maybe 100 yards that way is the lake. Now, I was hoping that there would be some bedding on top of this hilltop right here, but it's nice and open. It doesn't have the same thicket as that hilltop, and it does not look like there are any tracks, rubs, or scrapes leading that way. So it looks like that's dead end over there. I don't know how to hunt with someone's trail cam inside of the bedding area. So I don't know if that's gonna hurt me. I don't know how frequently the guy checks. It's a sail cam, so doesn't mean the guy is there every week pulling his cards. But I don't know how long it's been soaking in there. But nonetheless, deer do seem to come from that area. There's really no other way. There's a very steep hill with like a rock cliff on that side. And then there's a little valley that ends in a rock cliff. And that hilltop kind of starts with a rock cliff like that, and then it goes, the spur goes up. So I'm thinking the only way down is down that spur into this valley, walk around this valley, and then they move toward the lake, or somewhere else beyond the lake. I think I'm gonna set up on this tree right here. I'm gonna climb up 3 sticks. I'm gonna be covered. I have sign all around me, and I walked all around this place. And this is the only location where the deer are coming from. So yes, there's a sail cam there. Yes, there's a trail. But clearly, deer are coming from there. But because of that trail cam being there in that road, that deer sign could be late at night. So all these rubs and all these scrapes could be laid at 3 a.m. for all I know. But I'm gonna come out here and give it a shot. I am at the top of the hill, opposite from where the trail cam hill is. And I don't see much here, guys. There's a trail that's running kind of parallel with the hill. There's a little saddle over there. I was hoping maybe I can find some bucks crossing. Nothing. So the valley with all the sign is down there. And the trail cam is on the other side. Unfortunately, I do not believe that deer make it all the way up here or bed here. So I finally made it to the top of the ridgeline, the one that's connecting all the spurs that we wanted to look at today. And I was expecting to see decent bedding here, but I'm not seeing much. Aside from occasional rub here and there, a scrape that's covered up with leaves already, I'm not really seeing any recent deer activity or deer activity that's consistent, that's reoccurring, like new rubs over old rubs, scrapes that have been opened up over and over again. Basically anything that tells me that deer are nearby, passing through here, social hubs, like large scrapes. I'm not seeing any of this. So this is interesting to me. So I'm coming down from the ridge line. There's a well-used road here, and I'm coming across. There's a trail cam right here, and right above the trail cam, above the road, I got a tree stand. Okay, so I walked everywhere around this lake area. I walked in the hilltops, walked down all the spurs. I walked down the lake bottom behind me over there, maybe a quarter of a mile back there. I saw a lot of deer sign. I saw nothing on the hilltops. I saw lots of human activity, beer cans, general trash, a tree stand with a sail cam on the road, hunting for who knows who, which is illegal, by the way. You cannot leave your stuff on public land like that. So technically it is a free tree stand up there with a free sail cam, right? Nah, I'm joking. I'm not that guy. But I'm coming back now, working my way back toward the car, and I'm coming across more deer sign when I get into a thicket near water. So it tells me that they're probably bedding near the water, and they're probably chilling right here and watching people fish and watching hunter access, because right behind me, that's where the people access. The main road, the main access is behind that hill. Almost all the hunters will come from there. Almost all the danger will come from there. So they probably hang out in this area right here, and they watch people fishing or hunting, and then they run for the hills.
literally. And this is just a little bit evidence that yes, they are here, and there are pretty large tracks here and there. I haven't found any actual beds, so I don't know. Maybe they're here just for, you know, the morning or something, or for a few hours. Maybe when they get spooked, they run here. But it doesn't look like it's a permanent bedding because it doesn't look super thick. It's just right near the water.
Overall, it was a pretty interesting scouting experience. I've visited this hilltop right here. I follow this hilltop and this ridge line. Visited the spurs, checked for sign, didn't find any. The only activity that we found was deer coming off of these two spurs and seemed to be converging in this valley. I've set up myself a little stand location right here. Maybe when the season comes around, I'll slip up in here and see maybe I can get a deer to come by close enough where I can slip an arrow in there through the trees. I hope you guys enjoy watching this video. If you did, please like and subscribe, and also comment something below. Let me know what you guys want to see in the future. Thank you for watching.